Good afternoon. This is the Thurston County Board of Commissioners. This is May 9th, 2017, and my name is Bud Blake, Chair of the Board of this year. And I'd like to start off by doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll ask Commissioner Hutchins to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And now I'll do introductions. To my left is Commissioner Gary Edwards. To my right is Commissioner John Hutchins. To his right is Labanita Bomar, the clerk of the board. And to her right is Ramiro Chavez, county manager. And to his right is Robin Campbell, assistant county manager. And to her right is Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Elizabeth Petridge. With that in mind, I'll take a motion to approve today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the agenda of May 9, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved to second to approve today's agenda for May 9th, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and motion carries. And is there a motion to approve the board minutes for May 2nd, 2017?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the board minutes, the board meeting minutes from May 2nd, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved in second to approve the board minutes for May 2nd, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. So the first item we have is standard procedures for the agenda is presentations. And today we have Patrick O'Connor introducing a new employee we have here in the public defense section. So Patrick, come up and tell us who the new person is and welcome him aboard.
Thank you, Commissioner. It is my pleasure to introduce to the Board of County Commissioners our newest member of the Thurston County Public Defender's Office, Mr. Jose Vargas. Jose is here today. He joins us from the Department of Defense. A little bit about Jose. Jose is from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, the southwest corner, I believe. He has a wife who I've not had the chance to meet. Her name is Tammy. They are building a home here in Lacey and have been doing that for some time, and he's excited to join our office. Jose, a little bit about Jose. He enlisted in the United States Army out of high school and served for 3 years and spent some time in the construction industry after that, and then returned to the armed forces, in which Jose was a proud member of the U.S. Coast Guard and served for the next 28 years, serving our country as an enlisted warrant officer. So he brings with us a lot of experience. In addition to that, he will also work for the SHS. So I'd like you to please welcome Jose Vargas today. Come on up, Jose.
I got to know about the Coast Guard. We don't have too many Coast Guarders around here.
Not a lot of us around, fortunately. Small service.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So Jose's been with us for 2 weeks now. Tried to get him on last week, but didn't get him on. But he has taken like a fish to water. We've been very pleased to have him on board and look forward to working with him. We've already had some good meetings with Robin Campbell, and Jose is getting right up to speed. He's already taken over on our COOP process, in which Jose has a lot of experience in the military. He's certified, led several organizations in the COOP process in addition to budget. So any questions for Jose? I'm sure
Tell us, Jose, tell us a little bit about how the job is so far and how you're settling in and getting comfortable here with the county.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you, the commissioners and Patrick specifically for this opportunity. This is, I am very excited to be here serving the citizens of the county. We planning to make Thurston County our home for many, many more years. I'm not moving again. That's enough. It's enough after 11 moves in the military and 3 moves after retiring from the military. So we're not moving again.
Yeah, yeah.
But I find I have an exceptional team. Not only in the management with Patrick and Sharonda and the rest of the supervisors, but I inherited a great team of people doing the budget and the fiscal. And we got a new name for the unit. It's called the Fiscal Administration Unit now.
Okay, cool.
We just got that approved
The
last
FAU.
week. So,
Wow.
so we're
FAU.
I'm very excited.
FAU.
I found it very challenging. I have been going through a lot of meetings and training, not only with Robin and her staff, but with the financial services staff, learning the Muni system and the Questical system. So, and everything so far is not much different from what I deal with the military and the state. So,
Any questions, comments?
No, but thank you very much for your service and welcome aboard.
sir, thank you for your support. Appreciate that.
And thank you. It's nice to have a coastie around. As well as Patrick said, it's been several years you've been building a house in Lacey.
Actually, it's been, it's D.R. Horton Development right next to Cabela. We actually made the offer in December, and they're still building it.
We
They
didn't
keep
know
moving
if
the
they-
date, unfortunately, because of the weather.
Oh, okay, not Pocket Gopher. It's
It's on the other side of the freeway.
Yeah, they don't jump the
Oh,
freeway.
that's right, north
It's,
of the freeway.
it's between walking distance to Cabela, so I'm very excited about that.
Welcome.
So I do have a
Welcome, Jose.
question. You're amongst a lot of lawyers over there by yourself, right? And you're the only Coast Guarder over there. Tell me your survival and evasion plan so that we can be able to assist you. In times of
in fact,
need, you can come over here and field the Army. We will take care of you in some Navy.
Sir. Yeah, but it's not the first time that I actually worked for lawyers. I had the honor and the pleasure of working for several during my Coast Guard career, and
Uh-oh.
at least I understand a little bit of the language.
Okay.
So,
Well, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you, and we look forward to working with you and doing
Thank you.
great things.
Thank you, sir.
Good pick, Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you. See you guys. Take care.
Okay. So the next item is a proclamation. And so we're going to read a proclamation on National Missing Children's Day in honor of those missing and exploited children and their families. And I think, do you have that one?
I have that.
Sure.
And before I read it, I'm going to tell them about this
Yep.
Saturday. Jennifer Champlin, a Lacey resident, on her own, for the last number of years, has been sponsoring and putting together and championing National Missing Children's and Missing Adults Day. And so this coming Saturday, the 13th, is an event at the Walmart in Tumwater in the parking lot. All the emergency services will be out there to include search and rescue. Support groups will be out there. It takes up about a good third of the parking lot. It draws a lot of elected officials out there to read the names regarding read the names of the missing children and missing adults
Throughout the whole state.
throughout the entire state. Yeah, thank you for that. So it's an important event, and keeping at the forefront of the criminal justice system that these kids are missing. They're still missing, even though they were missing as children. They're now adults, and that's why it's missing children and adults as well. So I'm proud to read this proclamation. Honoring missing and exploited children and their families. Whereas National Missing Children's Day was first observed in 1983 following a proclamation by President Ronald Reagan, and whereas National Missing Children's Day honors our nation's obligation to locate and recover missing children by prompting parents, guardians, and other trusted adult role models to make child safety an utmost priority, and whereas in the United States, nearly 800,000 children are reported missing each year. More than 58,000 children are abducted by non-family members each year, and more than 2,000 children are reported missing every day. And whereas Saturday, May 13, 2017, marks the 6th annual National Missing Children's Day commemoration at Walmart in Tumwater to counter crimes throughout public awareness. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Thurston County Board of County Commissioners proclaim the day of March 25th, 2017 as National Missing Children's Day and remind us not to forget the children who are still missing and not to waver in the effort to reunite them with their families. Adopted this 9th day of May 2017, signed by the Board of County Commissioners.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any comments there, or?
I would just like to say that kids are 30% of our population, but 100% of our future. And I would really think that the public ought to get behind paying attention to this serious problem that we face here in the United States.
Very well said. Anything else?
And Jennifer Champlin could not make it to this meeting this afternoon, but I will be reading that on this Saturday and presenting her with the proclamation from the county commissioners.
She's a true hero. All right, with that in mind, we'll go to the item number 1 that's on our agenda, which is the opportunity for the public to address the board. And how we do it now, if you hadn't seen some of the modifications we have here, we no longer have the so-called stoplight green, red, blue, amber color thing that La Bonita works. We have the clock up here on the wall. It counts down from 3 minutes to 0 minutes, and when it hits the 0, it has this kind of microwave buzzing sound, and that means that's your time, no more. However, if you're in mid-thought, midstream thought, or whatever, I'll let you finish a thought, but I ask you to kind of wrap it up. In that mind there, I go to have the sign-up sheet, and I just do it by those who've signed in order there. And so just come to the podium, state your name and kind of where you're at generally in the county, and then the floor will be yours. So Ron Simonson is the first. I'm sorry, Simonson. Yep, I'm so sorry, sir. Come on up here and let us know how you feel.
It's Ron Simonson, and I live over near Yelm Highway in Wiggins, which would be ground zero last week for the storm, and Commissioner Hutchings' district. So first of all, I want to let you as commissioners know that I'm extremely thankful for the responsiveness of staff. Not only recently, but in the last couple of years, and we've lived here for 35 years, the roads department is responsive. The building, they're constrained by what they can do, but they're extremely responsive. So I just want to extend my thanks and my applause to the courtesy and professionalism that the county staff shows. What I'm here today to talk to you about, real quickly, I know you're in the middle of working on the gopher review issue and trying to streamline that and change some things administratively. I would ask you to include one more thing in that process. There are a number of properties that had applications in and had approved reviews done that expired last year. Then they also put in, like we did, another application knowing that there's a backlog because it can take up to a year to get these things done. For those properties that already received clearance, they should just need one more review, one more site visit. This is a scientifically sound method to cut the number of site visits that are necessary for these properties that have already had reviews done in a previous year. Because now instead of 2 or 3 reviews in 1 year, you have multiple reviews over multiple years. So you can stand on this scientifically without an issue. So I think that if we look back and said how many properties have already had a clearance letter, but it expired in October 31st, those applications just require one site review, make sure there's no gophers there, it's scientifically sound, and that cuts down on the resources and that you need to clear this backlog and provides for more resources for other applications. So thank you very much for that. I'll submit my letter to Mr. Chavez.
You bet. Thank you for your words, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I'm sure the county manager is going to take that a note. We had a discussion on it this morning, and we'll wrap that into our larger discussion. You bet.
Thank
You bet.
Thank you.
The next person I have on the list is Micah Anderson. Yeah, how you doing? Come on up.
Not too shabby, thank you.
Sure.
I'm actually here on behalf of Frank Snars, who is a resident of Olympia, and I'm just here to serve public notice to inform everyone of Thurston County about the current standing of the judicial officers here within Thurston County. It's been recently brought to my attention that 6 of the 7 justices don't have a bona fide qualified oath as required per statute, and they haven't had one in effect since their term took effect January 10th, 2017. And in fact, what appears for the record, on public record, and I have documentation of it all here for everyone to verify, I'll be sure to include it with the prosecutor, is what appears to be Gary Tabor, whose term expired in 2016, which was verified by the Secretary of State, utilized the seal of the county to falsify these documentations of the oaths, and then filed it with the county, which is fraud. And then those records were being produced by the Secretary of State, which is also a fraudulent action. And I don't know who conspired with who to accomplish this. Mr. Snars wanted me to also inform you that this has been brought to your attention on or about February 23rd, and he's been informed that no one has done anything to this. It appears that all these justices are still sitting on the bench and practicing despite not having the statutory credentials to hold that position. And Mr. Snars does have a hearing coming up on Friday with regards to Carol Murphy, which will again be violating the law as well as Mr. Snars' rights. And we anticipate that the commissioners who have the highest power here within the county to do their due diligence to stop this wrong. Thank you.
Yep, you bet. Thank you, sir. All righty. So the next person I have is it Mr. Frank Sharnes? Yeah. Yeah, come on up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Got a lot of voters behind you.
Okay. Did you have anything you want to say at the mic?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good, sure, absolutely. All righty. So the other person put no. I didn't know if they want to change their mind. If so, you're more than welcome to change it now and come to the podium. And not, is there anybody else in the public, in the audience that'd like to come to the podium and speak to the board? No, seeing none, we'll move on. And so the next item we have is the county manager's update.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you. I have a couple of items for you. First of all, I'd like to give you a brief report on the storm that all of us faced last Thursday, May 4th. That storm was, although it was small and localized, it had a tremendous force and caused a lot of damage in some areas of the county. It approached from the south and moved to the west and made it through Old Highway 99, through East Olympia, in Lacey and the Carpenter Road area. I believe Lacey and the unincorporated areas of the county within the Lacey UGA were the most affected. So the crews worked all night on May the 4th just to make sure closing the roads and removing all debris because there were some significant down power lines that we need to make sure the citizens don't travel over those down power lines. On Friday, May 5th, the crews, again, various sizes of the crews, went out and worked overtime continuously to clear the debris and to clear all the down trees, except for where they had down power lines. And this coordination has been with Puget Sound Energy. On Sunday, and again, the crews continued to work, and they had the opportunity to make an assessment of all the roads that are still closed with down trees. And at that point, they went to work, and by 6 in the morning on a Monday, all county roads were open. Overall, there were close to 37 individual sites and 4 subdivisions that have been identified that needed debris removals. Once the roadways are clear and the debris are swept, the crews are scheduled to get into the local roads and the subdivisions to start clearing the debris. So that is the report from Public Works at this point. We're going to have Kurt Harding, the Director of Emergency Services, is going to organize a lessons learned with several departments just to see what we learned in terms of the response to this storm. And they will be coming in front of the board just to give you a briefing as to what they have learned during that process. The second item that I'd like to present to you this week, we received the certificate of good practice. And let me read this for the record. It has been transmitted to the state treasurer on behalf of Thurston County 2015. Pursuant to the authority contained in RCW 3678090, and in recognition to the fact that this county, Thurston County, has submitted to the Department of Transportation or to this board all reports required by law or regulations of the board, and has reasonably complied with the provisions of law regarding the county road administration and with the standards of good practice as formulated and adopted by the board. This resolution was signed on April 14 by the chairman of the County Road Administration Board, as we know, the CRAB Board. Thank you.
The crab board. Any comments about anything?
No, glad you got that accomplished.
Yeah. Any comments?
Yes, I also am exceptionally proud of Public Works, our Public Works Department, what they did in response to the storm. And as Mr. Simons had said at the public comment, 3/4 of a mile from that intersection that he mentioned, and everybody was coming up Wiggins and down Wiggins Highway. I call it the highway. But it was just packed. But even IT stepped up to the plate, and they were using big buses to block traffic to keep them.
Intercity transit.
Yeah, intercity transit to keep people from hitting down lines and such. I mean, everybody came together, and I was exceptionally proud of our Public Works Department. Thank you.
Yeah, here. I know Lacey took a hit from that intense storm and love to be there for them as much as possible, and very good that we'd be able to assist them in whatever capacity possible. All right, the next item we have is the consent items, A through F, and is there a motion to adopt the consent items?
Mr. Chair, I move to accept consent items A through F.
I'll second that.
Been moved and second to adopt the consent items A through F. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. So the first departmental item we have on our agenda today is from the Public Works, which is a resolution and call for seal bids. And I have Lucy Mills, the Road Operations Manager. How you doing, Lucy?
Good, thank
There you
you.
go, pull that mic down. There you go.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Lucy Mills, Thurston County Public Works Road Operations Manager. Every year, the Roads Division is in need of various types of asphalt materials and associated products for road maintenance activities. During the year, these costs can fluctuate. By entering into a contract with various vendors for these products, Public Works can secure the best unit costs for these materials. Today, I'm requesting that the board approve the resolution and call for sealed bids for furnishing a supply of various kinds of asphalt and maintenance materials for annual road maintenance activities.
Okay, any questions of Lucy? Yeah,
No, thanks for all your good work out there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. No, I have no questions.
no questions? Is there a motion?
I move to approve the resolution and call for sealed bids for furnishing and supply of various kinds of asphalt and maintenance materials to the Department of Public Works for annual road maintenance activities.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded as stated. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and your motion carries. Thank you very much, Lucy.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. So we're moving into public health, which is item number 5 on our agenda, and it's the approval of an interlocal agreement between Thurston County and the City of Olympia and the Housing Authority of Thurston County to develop a fair housing plan. Hello, Gary, how you doing?
Very good, sir.
Mr. Gary Aiden.
Thank you very much. Gary Aiden, Public Health and Social Services. The assessment of fair housing is a plan required by HUD because we receive federal CDBG and home monies, which have their source with HUD, as does this requirement to do a plan, which is a HUD requirement. And the purpose of the plan is to examine Thurston County and determine if we have any areas of poverty or racial or ethnic concentrations throughout the county, and then develop a way to make sure that everybody there has an opportunity to have fair and equal housing. This request is to allow the county and the City of Olympia and the Housing Authority to enter into an interlocal agreement to create that plan. The cost of that plan is $24,000 shared between all three parties, and it will be due by December 15th and submitted to HUD by that date.
Any questions?
No.
Nope.
Yep, I was just wondering for the audience, for the interlocal agreement, just give a little background, and the gist of it, and what it contains, and some of maybe the expectations, just to kind of get a feel for it.
Sure. The interlocal agreement places the burden for the development of the plan on the City of Olympia staff. It'll be paid for by $9,750 from Thurston County, $9,750 from the Housing Authority of Thurston County, and $4,500 from City of Olympia. That distribution is based on the population of each area. What we expect them to do is take HUD's data that they've already made available on their website and pull that down and look at each community, each census tract throughout the county, and determine where there may be areas of concentration of racial or ethnic groups or any poverty as defined by HUD, and then explore those and come up with a roughly 40, 50-page report that describes our entire community and where those folks are and how we can help them best.
Very, very good item. Okay, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the interlocal agreement between Thurston County, the City of Olympia, and the Housing Authority of Thurston County to develop an affirmatively fair housing plan, and authorize the Public Health and Social Services Director to sign the interlocal agreement.
Second.
Been moved and seconded as stated. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and your motion carries. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
The next item we have on the agenda is approval of the Nurse Family Partnership Implementation Agreement. And I don't think Gretchen's here. Are you going to give it a shot? Okay, so we have Shelley Slaughter, the director. What better? How you doing, Shelley?
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Hello.
So I'm here to ask for your approval to sign the Nurse Family Partnership Implementation Agreement. At the last Board of Health meeting, you got to hear a lot of great things about the Nurse Family Partnership Program. And this program is an evidence-based program developed on the basis of randomized controlled trial research to yield benefits for low-income first-time mothers and their children. The program benefits help low-income mothers, first-time mothers develop behaviors that enable them to have healthier pregnancies, be better parents, have emotionally and physically healthier children, and attain greater economic self-sufficiency. This program implementation is based upon key parameters identified through the research since 1997, and the local program outcomes include lower smoking rates among pregnant women, fewer lower birth weight babies, and fewer depressed mothers. The long-term outcomes include better economic self-sufficiency for families and less involvement in the criminal justice system. So today we're asking for you to authorize me to sign that agreement for the duration of February 1st, 2017 through January 31st, 2018.
Any comments, questions?
Yes, I've mentioned it before. The nurse-family partnership is amazing. The work they do is amazing. I'm very supportive of them.
You almost stole my thunder. They are amazing, and we have the best here in Thurston County because a lot of people in the region, some of the local counties or more regional counties call on us for expert advice. Even more so, the national level calls from Colorado calls on our nurse family partnership to know how to do it and do it right. So I'm super proud about this, and so is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve and authorize the Director of the Public Health and Social Services Department to sign the Nurse Family Partnership Implementation Agreement for the period of February 1, 2017 through January 31, 2018.
I second that.
And I think it's fitting because this is Nurse Week too, right?
Yes, it is, and you'll be hearing from the nurses and Gretchen herself at the Board of Health meeting later this afternoon.
Okay, great. So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Thank you so much, Shelley. So our next item is Commissioners and County Managers items. Do you have anything?
Yes, I have one question.
You have the floor.
Didn't get addressed, and I was just letting people know that, you want me to talk about that?
Okay, sure.
Under the county manager's update, you said we would receive a briefing on the issues raised by Mr. Weaver next week, or?
Yeah, I didn't mention on today's, but I did mention this morning on your agenda setting. Last week, you received a testimony from Mr. Weaver, and we're in the process of assessing the gist of the comments. Unfortunately, we are not in the position to answer those comments today, but hopefully next week or maybe the week after.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was just trying to clarify. Thank you.
Do you have anything about going out in the public or anything you want to talk about from a commissioner's standpoint?
Is this our commissioner check-in? Oh, certainly, yeah. I met with Amanda Reed, the Capital Land Trust Director. We talked about philosophical issues regarding land trust throughout the county. Our Animal Services meeting was canceled due to the storm. Attended the Thurston Regional Planning Council meeting. A lot of important work going on there. Attended the 2017 Medal of Honor and Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony this last Friday at the state capitol. It was exceptionally touching, as it normally is. Met with Mary DiMatteo, the Olympia Farmers Market Public Outreach Coordinator, and I'll be doing a site visit down there. I do anyway, but we'll be doing something formal in the next month or so down there at the Olympia Farmers Market. And yesterday, we met here in this room for about 6 hours. It was the Community Investment Partnership, or the SIP, where in a grueling 6-hour period, we distributed over $2 million worth of money to various nonprofits for housing and basic needs for youth and homeless folks. Thank you.
Do you have an additional item?
Well, I would just follow up on also a contact with Amanda Reed from Thurston County Futures Fund, Conservation Futures Fund, that I think we're at about $1.2 million every year that the taxpayers kick in. And the concern was that we may be forced to utilize that money to mitigate with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife under the Endangered Species Act, and that would take away our ability to deal with other sensitive habitat issues throughout the Thurston County. So just want to know that, let folks know that that is a problem that we're trying to balance out, and hopefully we'll come to a solution on that.
Juggling act, isn't it?
It is.
Sure. So in addition to those two other items that my seatmates talked about, on this past Saturday, we were in attendance of the employer support of the Guard and Reserve, and we received a plaque in support of the Reserve and National Guard that we hire here organizationally in Thurston County, and we're also super proud of every Guard and Reserve member that we have throughout the county that represents the great nation we have here and their families. And coming from active duty, I can tell you that I chose not to do the Reserve or National Guard just for the very fact that it's much tougher in a lot of ways as far as raising families and holding down your job and serving your country at the same time. And our hat goes off to them and salute not only the service members, no matter what branch you are, but their families and their loved ones for doing the hard work that it takes to keep us safe. So thank you very much, and Thurston County thanks you so much. So from that, I'll move on to the county manager's update.
Yeah, Commissioner, let me walk you through your combined calendar. The appointments that will be mentioning will be at least 2 commissioners will be present. You may have other individual appointments on your individual calendars. Today at 3:30, you have the Board of Health. Tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon, you have a closed session related to the appeal that you've heard yesterday on a land use issue. At 4 in the afternoon, tomorrow, Wednesday the 10th, you have a briefing from the Agriculture Advisory Committee. Moving on to Thursday, May the 11th, at 7:30, Commissioner Edwards and Commissioner Hutchins will be attending the South Sound Military Communities Partnership Elected Officials Council. And at 12, you also have a luncheon with the appointed directors. Also on your calendar, you have on Saturday, May 13th, an invitation from the Olympia Yacht Club opening day. And I think they have a day-long series of events that you have been invited to participate either on one or on many. So I will leave it up to you as to how you want to manage your time on that. Moving on to Monday, May 15, 11 in the morning, you will have a briefing on the Lake St. Clair water levels. And at 3 in the afternoon, you will have the Thurston Tribes Coordinating Council. That's all I have for you today.
Any additional comments?
Not for me.
No? All righty. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Well, yeah, I do have a comment for you,
Sure.
Jerry.
Go ahead.
I just want to wish our clerk of the board, La Bonita Bomar, happy birthday today.
Yes.
I'll second
Happy
that.
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah, it's been moved and seconded.
Everybody, no, sit down, sit down. Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn the meeting of May 9, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, we are adjourned.